The team is made up of you and number two, an ECM operator, which is like electronic countermeasures operator, and then an escort, normally an infanteer, but sometimes it will just be a driver or whoever, depending on where you are. But essentially, most of the jobs we did were hoaxes, just like cars or pipes that were empty that had been thrown or whatever, and quite a lot of finds, so pipe bombs that had been left that were intact devices, but they weren't armed or they weren't lit if they were igniferous ones, like with a firework fuse or something out of it. Most of the stuff we did out there was done with the robots. So at the time, it was a robot called a wheelbarrow, and up until probably 10 years ago, we were still using that wheelbarrow, and it was the first robot pretty much that the British operators had, and it's been in service since the 70s in some form or other. It's just got better and better since then. We don't have that anymore. It's been replaced, but I think we all miss it. It had cameras that looked like, well, sometimes they were upside down. Sometimes you'd look at the camera and it was constantly doing this. So you'd sort of have to like wait for it to come back round to what you wanted to look at. Most of them were in black and white, and the ones that weren't, the reds were like over the top saturated, so you couldn't really tell what was going on. You might be looking at something that was like a penny size, but in the camera it would look like it's a dinner plate sized. So in Northern Ireland at the time, a call would go to the police from whoever. It could be a nefarious character that are calling them in to, to a device, or to harm them, or to trap them in an area to do something to them. Or it could be a member of the public that's come across something. We get a lot of dog walkers finding things, and they may have come across something that looks suspicious. Or it could be just the policeman finding it themselves when they've gone to, somebody's house to arrest them. Or it could be the threat of something. Someone's threatened the police or something. So generally it all goes through the police. And then it goes through an operations room in Northern Ireland, or if you're in the UK, it would come to us. And then they would decipher what kind of call it is, and then give it a task number. So it would either be an IEDD task or a CMD task, which is conventional munitions disposal. And then they would give it a task number depending on what they classified it as, and then you would respond.